Peter King, you are my hero. The legendary journalist announced his retirement Monday AM and closed it out with a bang. Which, by the way, wishing him the absolute best in his retirement, whether that's part-time work or just fully being away from journalism. This man is a huge reason for the sports news world today and a big reason why I started making these videos as well. And he wanted to make things super interesting before he left for retirement. In his newest article that he dropped this past Monday, he said, quote, "What I say, the Bears could keep Justin Fields and should, and trade back the first down once or twice and build the kind of supporting cast a team needs to contend." Bam! Thank you, sir. That is what we're all trying to get across here. I know all the Caleb Williams supporters in the comments section are gonna not like this, and they sure as heck did not like it on Twitter. Which again, if he is our quarterback next year, I will support him. But it just makes sense to trade back, address every position possible, give Fields everything he needs, and it'll truly show if he's the quarterback or not. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Brody, and as always, thank you for tuning in. Nothing is confirmed, but today I am going to go off King's word, and I am going to do a couple of trade backs. Before I get into my thoughts on the trade backs that Chicago can do, which I have two separate scenarios for that, if you agree with Peter King about trading back and building a supporting cast that's going to contend for a long time, make sure to smash the like button on this video. Comment how you'd want to handle trading back the #1 overall pick. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. And if you're just here for a good time, make sure you hit bear down. And I am giving away an autographed Brian Urlacher jersey to celebrate the NFL Combine. To enter, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and comment your trade back or bear down in the comments below. Winner will be announced Friday. So let's start off with the situation of multiple trade backs for the Chicago Bears. We all want the Chicago Bears to get Marvin Harrison Jr., right? Well, we could get him, along with getting a ton of early picks in not only this year's draft, but drafts to come. So let's do the double trade back first. The first trade back is going to be with the Washington Commanders. The Commanders stole Cliff Kingsbury from the Las Vegas Raiders after he announced that he had signed with them to be their offensive coordinator. He is now the Washington Commanders offensive coordinator, who he was also Caleb Williams' senior offensive assistant at USC last year. The two have a fantastic relationship, and you know that Magic Johnson did not do whatever he had to do to get Cliff Kingsbury to come to the Commanders if it didn't mean the Commanders front office doing anything they could to get Caleb Williams. So the Commanders, one spot back of the Chicago Bears, but know that there's going to be dozens of teams calling the Chicago Bears, offering King's ransoms for that #1 overall pick. So the trade and the double trade back that I would do with the Commanders is sending that #1 to the Commanders for Caleb Williams, and Chicago gets the #2, number 36, number 103, and a 25 first. Yes, they're going to have to give 2 firsts to move up one spot, because if they don't, Poles is not going to listen. Here's why this is amazing. Chicago could then trade back the #2 pick. The number 36 pick will also address another starter, such as a center or a free safety, which I'd like safety Tyler Nubin out of Minnesota with that pick, or a center Zach Frazier with that pick. We all know that JBJ is going to likely be taken in the first round, probably within the 20. But overall, it also, the Bears get number 103, which is a strong early fourth to get strong depth talent or replace running back Deontay Foreman, who maybe a guy like Braylon Allen out of Wisconsin would be great at that pick. And of course, a next year first, which, let's be honest, the Commanders might not be good the first year around, which that first rounder could be a top 5 pick again. So now you've done that trade. You're now at #2, but you're still going to have tons of teams calling to go out and get UNC quarterback Drake Maye or Jaden Daniels out of LSU. Don't think that it's going to be any cheaper than what the Commanders just paid. And the Patriots, who are right there, are going to move up one spot, getting the #2 pick from Chicago, with Chicago gets the #3, number 34, and a 25 first. You heard me, another double first. Teams like the Raiders, the Falcons, the Vikings, other teams that need a quarterback will be calling to move up and offering at least 2 firsts and way more picks besides just the 34 than the Patriots. Patriots will have to give into that if they're going to want to go out and get their guy, and it just keeps giving. So the Bears would then have 3 first rounders next year. Both are in a rebuilding phase right now, so you could have a couple top 10 picks next year if all things work out. Bears also only move back to the number 3, which allows them to snag Marvin Harrison Jr. And then they practically add another first rounder at pick number 34, which then I would actually use that on safety Tyler Nubin, and then I would use 36 on a center. Are you seeing the picture now how big it is for Chicago to trade back? You don't get Caleb Williams or Drake Maye. You stick with Justin Fields, which, like Peter King said himself, and if Fields doesn't work out, you have 3 first-round picks next year in order to go out and get the quarterback that you want on a rookie contract. Who says a generational quarterback won't be in next year's draft? In all, you get Marvin Harrison Jr. You get 3 more picks this year. You get 2 firsts next year. I mean, that's pretty incredible. Now, I told you guys I was doing 2 scenarios, which the other one is going to be getting just 1 big trade back, but getting a massive package out of it. And I'm not trading out far enough to get rid of Marvin Harrison Jr. That is a must. So I'm going to trade back with just the Patriots in this situation, which will not be cheap to move back 2 spots. Remember, Chicago needs a safety as well. Patriots have one I like. The trade. Chicago sends the number 1 pick to the Patriots. Chicago gets number 3, number 34, number 68, a 25 first, a 25 third, a 26 second, and safety Kyle Duggar. You have to give Chicago a big offer in order to get Caleb Williams and for them to lose out on trading back twice, and you're making up for what they could have gotten from Washington. The trade back addresses getting Marvin Harrison Jr., getting a center or defensive tackle at 34, getting a defensive tackle or other position at 68, another first next year, another mid next year, another good pick in 26, and a starting safety to plug and play to your defense. So it's not crazy. You guys have to see how much this is worth. I'm telling you, it's not going to be cheap. So that was a lot of fun, and I hope Peter King has a fantastic retirement, and I appreciate him dropping this because this is the knowledge that a lot of Justin Fields accounts like myself are trying to get across, that this quarterback will be special, guys. I'm telling you. And also trading back that number 1 is so big for this team's future, you have no idea. So comment your thoughts in the comment section below. Please hit that like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so you enter for that Brian Urlacher giveaway. But with that, thank you as always for tuning in this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. Stay tuned for Tuesday night. We have a super special guest coming on that's going to help break down the combine and who we should take and what we should do with the number 1 overall pick. But thank you for tuning in. And as always, baby, bear down.